ladies and gentlemen. This is Brett Kingster, and again, I'm stuck with the children. What's funny, Betsy? There's nothing funny going on here. Well, you have another school day vacation. They're stupid public schools. No wonder we're getting our butt kicked by Japan and their little Japanese kids. You know why? Because they go to school every day, and meanwhile, our kids are always having a day off, day off, day off. You got another day off, don't you, Betsy?
Soon I'm going to get another day off, for it's my 5-day school week, but I'm going to get one off.
Betsy, have you gotten back into my stash?
No.
You know I tell you to keep out of my stash, Betsy.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Betsy, I saw something just now that was very disturbing, and every time I see a disturbing adult topic, I get curious, Betsy. I start wondering what it's like for a kid when they encounter an adult topic, Betsy. And, Betsy, I was looking at TMZ, and I saw that Epstein had died. If you don't know, Epstein was a character on a TV show that I used to watch called Welcome Back, Kotter when I was a kid. And he died when he was 60. A lot of people are dropping dead young nowadays, Betsy, and I find that really disturbing. How do you feel about death, Betsy? Now, how old are you again? I keep forgetting. I mistake you with all the other stupid kids that run around.
I'm 10 years old.
You're 10 years old?
Yes.
Have you, as a 10-year-old kid, Betsy, how do you feel about death? Have you mentally prepared for that? Do you see yourself as a mortal being, or do you understand that you're not immortal and that everything is finite and it's here for a temporary time?
Yes, I find that everything has to come to an end, and nothing will live forever.
How does that make you feel, though? Does it screw you up in the head?
No, I find it as a natural thing.
Really? That's a pretty healthy attitude you got there, Betsy. So, you think it's okay to go through life accepting the fact that one day you're going to die and never exist again?
Yes, I find that it's just a fact of life. Even for animals, bugs, plants.
So, you don't see a need to pretend that there's an invisible man who lives in the sky who's going to give you a bunch of cool stuff when you die, Betsy?
Well, nobody knows if nobody knows. I know some people will believe in it, but some people don't. But nobody knows for sure if somebody, like God does live up there.
Do you think there could be a God, Betsy?
Yes, I think it could be possible.
Well, what do you think God wants, Betsy?
I think he just wants everybody to have a good life, and everybody, not have to grow up to be somebody bad, like like a robber or something. Everybody should grow up to be a good person, be a good student when they were a kid, just have a good life.
Why do you think, if there is a God, Betsy, why do you think he remains invisible? Do you think that's weird?
Yes, I find that it is a weird thing, and how nobody could see him.
You know, Betsy, what religious people say, they say that this life is a test, and God is in the sky, he's watching you take this test. Now keep in mind, Betsy, there are billions upon billions of people in the world, so God is watching billions of shows all at once, and he's testing everyone. And if you pass this test, he'll take you to, well, basically Disneyland would be the best way I can explain it to someone of your retarded nature. Yeah, if they do good things, Betsy, they go to Disneyland, and if they do bad things, they burn in a fire. Do you think a God would put someone in a fire for doing something bad?
Well, I do know some people who believe that he is watching you, and he is marking down on all of your good deeds and your bad deeds throughout your life. Like, it's basically like with the Chinese people, they have a god that they believe in, like they call it a kitchen god.
They have a kitchen God?
Yes, I believe. And it's hard to explain, but yes, we
Your stupid schools, Betsy. What did they tell you about the kitchen god?
They told me, hey, that Chinese people who used to leave different things like different foods, and they...
So they keep feeding you anti-Chinese propaganda at the public schools, Betsy? Is that what they're doing? Are they teaching you to hate the Chinese?
Not teaching us to hate the Chinese.
All right, tell me about this kitchen god.
So, it's basically like the god that...
Is the kitchen god a woman? Because some people think the woman's place is in the kitchen.
It's a boy.
So is it an Iron Chef god? Is that the god? Is that the reason they have the Iron Chef? Because it is built after the kitchen god?
Will you just let me explain this, please?
I'm trying to, Betsy.
So, as I was saying with the kitchen god, they leave all of these different tasty foods and hope that he would report this to Soccer what is, but they would report this. He would report this.
So wait a second, Betsy. There's a kitchen god, and the kitchen god would make something in the kitchen, and he would report what he made, or would people would make the food for the kitchen god, and then the kitchen god, if he liked their food, he would report it to another god? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and hope people would...
So the kitchen god has to be a woman then.
It is a boy. It is not a girl. So they hope that the kitchen god shall report them with only good deeds. And if they did bad deeds, he will not be reporting these.
Will they go to the same fire that the Christians go to? Is that what the kitchen god does, or does he have a different plan for attacking people who don't listen to him?
We don't know yet. We don't know what he does if people didn't do these things. We don't know what happened if he reported it and what happened after that.